What up? What up? Chill, underground, baby. Just a little music for a second, you know what I mean? We were in it early anyway. I was like, fuck it, I ain't sitting here no more. Let's get it. Is it playing? Does the sound much messed up? It's supposed to a little bit though. This was supposed to be a little offbeat with the. It's meant to be. I don't know, but it could just be sounding messed up too. I'm not sure. It's not supposed to be that bad where you look back at me like, what the fuck kind of shit is that?
It sounds like it's skipping.
Yeah. Kind of. It's a little weirdness to it. I did that one in a weird way with the way the beat is. Try to take you off course. But anyway, what up, y'all? What up? I got the mic working. Yeah, I see 5x5. What's going on? Man, I was ready to get in the underground. You know what I'm saying? I feel free in the underground, y'all. I feel free. I don't know if anybody else gonna come though. There's a lot of people live right now. You got I think Dabu 777. I know y'all like him, man. He's live. Somebody else too. I seen somebody else was live too. Man, we're gonna talk some shit. I'm gonna give y'all some heads up. Cause I know even if motherfuckers ain't in here watching live, I'm gonna throw some shit out there, man. I'm gonna keep certain people's names out of it, shit like that. But for the underground, for the members of the underground, man, y'all gotta watch y'all's ass. Cause there's some goofy ass, man. Y'all gotta watch y'all. Look, I know some people don't like drama and shit like that. I ain't trying to be drama. I'm trying to tell y'all the truth, man. There's some bullshit with some of these people that be on this motherfucking YouTube, man. Y'all need to stay the fuck away from them. I'm trying to tell y'all need to stay, usually I'm like, oh, you do what you got to do. But there's some people that y'all really got to watch y'all's asses, man, because they are fake, phony ass. I swear, I wouldn't be surprised if heroin or pills wasn't involved. But y'all gotta stay. Can somebody throw it in the chat? I don't even want to speak the name on my shit, but I know there's somebody in this chat that knows who I'm talking about. Y'all need to stay the fuck away from this fucking clown, because this piece of shit is fucking harassing people, fucking stalking motherfuckers and shit. He's tried to go against everybody to get clout, and it didn't work. So he's a little whiny ass fucking head. He's a fucking dope fiend, man. You could see it. If you watched that shit last night, you could see it. Straight up fucking dope fiend. Got to stay away from motherfuckers like that. Like, for real. For real, man. Don't let this motherfucker up on your panels. Don't nothing, man, because it's just going to get you in some shit. The dude is not what he portrays to be. I'm gonna tell you, I remember when the motherfucker first started coming around, because he ran his mouth so much. All he did was blah, 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 all up in the chat. He just blah, rah, 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 rah. But I remember when that motherfucker swore to God that he was, I remember when he said he was 25% black. And somebody else remembers when he said he was 50% black. And then come to find out, he don't have a near black in him. just some dude found him under a bridge or some shit. Like this fake motherfucker been running around acting like he's something he really not. You know, he come from a place, man, it's like 90%, the whole fucking state's like 97% white. Yeah, for real. If you fucking around with this clown, get him the fuck away from you. Because it's bad. You can't be around dope heads and shit, man. You gotta stay away from these motherfuckers, man. Just anybody. I'm just throwing it out there to the members, man. You know what I mean? Gotta stay the fuck away from fake ass motherfuckers. Yeah, he ran like a little bitch. But you know, that's how it goes, man. He tried to jump in front of y'all because he thought y'all was gonna come out and annihilate his ass. But seriously, man, like there is you know, this motherfucker. Of course, I took all the heat for the shit with TT1, and I did the live stream, and I had people turn on me that were kind of sticking with him and shit. And it wasn't the person that I'm about to talk about. It was some others, and I'm not gonna say no names, but there was somebody truly being stalked and harassed by this motherfucker. And it's sick. And this dude, he did a whole live stream trying to shit on me, acting like y'all needed 1-800 numbers and shit for suicide lines and shit because of my live streams and shit. Like, really? You fake ass fraudulent motherfucker. As soon as you came into the game, as soon as you stepped your little foot into this motherfucking community, you seen a real motherfucker and you've been jealous ever since. Then don't tell me no different, because I read that motherfucker right off the. That motherfucker is trying to be something he's not. And I know the type. I know the type. Fake ass motherfuckers, man. And this clown thought he seen his chance to fucking, man, you punk ass motherfucker, man. I swear to God, y'all. Stomp that. I would stomp the shit. Like motherfuckers like that wouldn't be able to make it where I'm at. Where I've been at and shit. You know, I'm older now, man. I'm chilling. I'm chilling in life, man. You know, a lot of my peoples are gone. You know, I've talked to y'all about that. You know, it is what it is. But motherfuckers like that, they wouldn't make it in my crowd. You know, not even for a second, man. He would have been annihilated like quick. He would have just been ate the fuck up, man. Because you know, real. You can't fall for the phonies, man. You can't fall for the phonies, like for real. And it's not my business to. But this dude came at me harder than a motherfucker. So fuck this dude. I'll shit on him all the motherfucking time. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that fake phony ass motherfucker. Old Tifa ass motherfucker, man. But seriously, man, y'all should be letting motherfuckers know. No bullshit. Let motherfuckers know. Stay the fuck away from that guy. That motherfucker got issues, man. When a motherfucker is 40-some years old and think he's some fucking dude who died 20 years ago, I mean, that dude is fucking retarded, man. And now he when I seen something in the chat, somebody said that I didn't hear this in the text. I seen it in the chat talking about threats. There was threats. You know what I'm saying? Ghost, you're gonna have to hit me up, man. Let me hear something, you know what I mean? But just stay the fuck away from him. You know, anybody who hangs out with this dude, man, I'm telling you, man, just as friend to friend, stay the fuck away from this. Damn, Tammy! You ain't had to do all that, sis. Good gracious. Appreciate the hell out you. Big hugs, big hugs. Damn. You should have said something in that. You should have said like some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd have read that. I'd have took a strike for that, babes. You know what I'm saying? I'd have read that shit out loud like a motherfucker. Appreciate you, though. Appreciate you. For real, for real. You a OG, Tammy. You've been around a long time. Like, no bullshit. That's wild, man. You done took me off my game. You know what I mean? You done took me off my game. I forget what the fuck I was talking about. See that shit like, God damn. Appreciate you though. Appreciate you. But yeah, like seriously, man, y'all should really don't worry about being called a hater. Don't worry about like some people need to be people need to know because there's people out here that don't have the I don't know what you would call it, man, like street smarts or something, man. They can't pick up on people like other people can. And you know, you get into that position where you don't want to pick a side and shit like that. So you end up riding that fence and you end up having people around you, man, that can really fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like this motherfucking punk ass motherfucker, man, fucking with a woman, fucking with a female. After he does fucking live streams with 1-800 numbers and shit, talking about old tribes, fucking trying to get people to commit, you know, take themselves out and shit. Then this motherfucker goes and pulls this shit. This motherfucker married. Man. Y'all, seriously, man, watch y'all's back. Y'all know who it is. They dropped it in the chat. A lot of people said the name earlier. Watch your motherfucking back. You know what I mean? That's all there is to it. Y'all watch your back. So what's up, man? What y'all want to get into? Y'all want me to tell some stories and shit? Y'all want me to fuck y'all's minds up with some shit? What y'all want to do tonight? What y'all want to get into? I'm thinking about fucking with this bad boy right here. I don't know though. I'm scared. I'm scared, man. I might get all paranoid and just end the live and shit. Be like, I'll see y'all next time. I'm too high. I ain't like Hudson shit. I can't handle this shit like that motherfucker. You want it? Random always want to jam out. I bet you be a dancing fool up in the house, don't you, Jen? Just be up in the house, just getting it every day. Do. I don't have a. I used the last 3 beats that I made. Let me see. I don't even know what these are. Let's. Oh, I got one that I was whispering on, y'all. I was playing around. I showed this to Hutch the other day. It was probably 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago or something. Let's see if y'all can hear me whispering and see if y'all can pick up on what I'm saying. I think that's the one. Sophia faded? What you faded on, Sophia? Nah, it ain't from Hut. You talking about the thing? Nah, man. It's from the stove. See if y'all can hear me whisper. See if y'all can tell me what I said. Y'all pick up on it? Y'all gonna be rewinding and shit. I'll be whispering again in a minute. I ain't talking about the dude going, yeah. All right, here it comes. Yeah. Let me turn it off real quick. It's you never know when the end's gonna come. You never know. You never know when the end's gonna come. So yeah, y'all got the first part. Chill. You never know. You never know when the end's gonna come. Man, I've been writing, y'all. I've been writing some shit. Some riddles. What's up? Y'all want to hear something? I'm just gonna read it to y'all. See if y'all can pick up on the little. I'm trying to sideways it, man. I'm trying to get back into it so I can write a little bit, man. I used to like writing rhymes and shit and poetry and shit. Let's see. All right. Hey, I'm just gonna read it to y'all, man. It's kind of goofy. Let's see if y'all can pick up. All right, it's when I got a strike and I was like pissed and shit, but I said some shit like I said they want me silent. These strikes for violence, despised, despise, the all-seeing eyes. Who's this? Erase this guy, please. He's exposing all the lies. Jeez. Damn, was that leaked? Or is he guessing when he speaks? Hold on. Damn, was that leaked? Or is he guessing when he speaks? If he keeps going, the jig's up. Shit's creek. His friends are like, fuck, that shit's deep. Y'all pipsqueak computer pushing pussies. Don't push me too far. I'm the cure. Y'all on the edge and the cliff's deep. Now, it's not going to sound good like a rap song. Just hear me out. This is just me writing. Steeple. Now I said the cliff's steep. So then I came in with steeple. Steeple. I'm going to be a fucking staple if this speech sticks. I cross words in a riddle, puzzled by cheap tricks, a system whored by some deep dick. These politicians can eat shit with the mouth that they eat with. I ain't no preacher. I don't feed on the seeds of the poor. Cardinals loving little Woody's pecker. Need I say more? Now it's got going deep with the church shit now. It's one more line. Should I say less? It's none of my business. But they should confess. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I read it and I could get it right and get the right words in there so it would go to something, man, maybe, just maybe. But y'all like that Cardinals loving little Woody's pecker? Need I say, when y'all know what I'm talking about, Cardinals and Woody Pecker? I'm talking about the steeple, and I'm not no preacher and none and all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I just be doodling, y'all. I just be doodling, you know what I mean? Cheer. Let's see if I got a tongue twister in here. Look, I've been writing, y'all. I've been writing like a motherfucker. I got all kinds of shit written on. Just pages and pages. I love writing, man. It's just my thing, man. Let's see. Oh, I got mad at myself. Oh shit, I got mad at myself, man. I can't read y'all this though, because it's like so deep. Maybe one day when I feel brave enough. When your mind, I haven't read through this, so I'm just gonna start reading it if I stop. All right. When your mind goes to them dark spaces, strange places to be, yet it's comfortable to me. Sitting rain drenched under a tree, and I ain't looking to dry off like a junkie when tied off, dick hard when she climbed off. Feeling blue without a fucking clue as to why, dog. Or maybe I do and just don't admit it. Shitty ways, shitty thoughts, shitty till I'm finished. They stare at me, ask why. I stare back with a mask, hide, smile and then pass by. Spark a gaslight like last time. Please don't ask. Oh shit, what the fuck? Please don't ask why I'm not willing to flash mine. I'm giving the heads up. My head's fucked. I've weeped my last cry for the very last time. These green eyes are dark in the middle. Dwell brings pains to the... Whoa. What the fuck? These green eyes are dark in the middle. Dwell brings pains to the heart as I scribble. No rhyme or reason, with lines caught in a riddle. Upward downfalls taught me a little. Make it by any means, many dreams turn to nightmares. I hear plenty screams, but nobody's there. There's just been too many things. Too many. God damn, I can't even keep up. Never mind, y'all. Never mind. It's hard to read my shit too, man, because I be trying to hurry up and write down a thought real quick. But I be getting it in, you know what I mean? It's kind of embarrassing to read your own shit. I never really shared my shit like that. I got books and books written of some really good shit when I was young, man, telling stories and shit. I was like pretty good at it when I was younger. I can't spell worth of shit neither, backwoods, for real. I be grabbing my phone. How do you spell dog? You know what I'm saying? Shit. When you feel like you're floating at the bottom of a pool, but not dying, little else matters then. Need to visit that darkness. Just don't stay there. Yeah, no doubt, Sophia, no doubt. You got to. You got to. Man, I'm trying to think of the last week. I'm like, man, on the underground, man, I want to tell some old war stories and shit. You know, I want to tell y'all about me. Get a little personal, you know what I'm saying? So y'all know that it ain't just some press ones and talking shit and shit. Like, you know, there's a real motherfucker, you know. My name's James. Strong name, James. And my family, they always call me Jimmy. And they spell it Jimmy, and I didn't like that. So I always spelled it Jimmie. But yep, that's what's up. That's what it is, y'all. That's what it is. Yes, indeed, Tammy. Yes, indeed. Man, I embrace the darkness, but some of the dark spaces, like it takes me there, man. It fucks me up for a minute, man. Like I sometimes I have a hard time with it. No bullshit. But you know, there ain't no victim mentality and shit. It's just sometimes, man, some things just too much to you know bring back and shit. Bring back. But I guarantee you this, that in the underground, when I'm telling my stories and shit, like 90% of the stories are gonna be with motherfuckers that are dead. That's fucking crazy, man. But I'm not gonna talk about that tonight. We got into that, you know, the other night and shit. Man, I tell you what though, when I did that underground, it was like 2 undergrounds ago. Anybody that was here, and I went there and talked about that story with my dad and shit. Man, usually on something like that, when I'm by myself, I like to go back and see what I talked about and if I really got my point across. Because sometimes I can talk and not get to the point and really explain something and shit. I didn't go back to that till 2 weeks later. And I fucking turned that bitch on, and I'm telling y'all, I sat here and listened to myself and was like, Jesus Christ, I fucking went there, man. Like, damn, all right. It was wild listening to myself. I was even like choking myself up and shit. Like, damn, man, fuck, that's some fucked up shit, man. But that shit fucked with me for a few days, man. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's, you know, just be remembering shit. But like some stories, man, like were some bad shit we did. I don't think I can get in trouble for it nowadays. I don't know. But I got some like little quick stories, man. If y'all want to hear, you know what I mean? If y'all want to hear some little goofy shit, I'll tell y'all one when I was like, I think I was 14. I was somewhere around 14, and I had like $700 on me. We was selling dope. No bullshit. We was selling dope. And this girl from school where I was at, I was up in this place, and it's like a shopping center. It's got a bunch of stores. It's almost a full square, but you know, except for where the road is, and then it's like a squared up spot, and there's a bunch of different stores. And on one end of the store, there was like a Roy Rogers or Hardee's. I forget what the fuck it was. It's been changed a bunch of times. But this girl that I knew from school, like she come walking by, and you know, I'm 14 years old, so I'm trying to show off and shit. So like she comes walking up, you know, hey James. I'm like, what's up? What's up? So I'm trying to show off. So I pull out my money. I'm sitting there counting it and shit, you know, trying to floss, trying to look all cool and shit. And she's like, where you get all that? I'm like, you know, I just be doing my thing. You know what I mean? Trying to act all cool and shit. Well, she goes into, you know, she says whatever. I say whatever, man. Me and a couple of my homeboys. I remember this one dude, his name was Steve. He ended up moving to California, and I never got back in touch with him, man. I hope he was young when he moved out there, too. I think he was like, it wasn't too long after this. He was like 14 when he moved out there, man. I talked to him one time on the phone, like a year later, and he sounded like super down and super, like you could tell he was in some shit out there. But anyway, so we walk on. She goes up in the store. I don't even think about her no more. So we walk all the way around this joint, and you get to this one part where there's this other place that's not connected to all the stores. It's got a little a pathway. You could even drive a car through it. All of a sudden, man, this car pulls up. This big, you know, I'm 14 years old. This big ass, grown ass man jumps out the car. He grabs me and Steve, and like shit, we're cutting through that little spot. So this dude comes up from behind where he stops, jumps out the car. He's coming up to us. We just like confused, like we don't even know who this dude is. He grabs me and my homeboy and slams us up against the fucking wall. And he tries to grab another motherfucker that was with us. And I can't even remember who the other motherfucker was, to be honest with you. Not that it matters. But this motherfucker starts screaming that he's making a citizen's arrest. I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? He's like, you think you're going to be selling dope around here and you can just show off all your money, your ass going to jail right now? I'm like, what the fuck you talking about, man? It's my birthday. It's my birthday. And it wasn't my birthday, but I'm trying to, you know, I'm 14 years old. Here's this. I mean, this dude was like huge. Come to find out, it was that girl's dad. This motherfucking girl done ran in there and told her dad that we out there selling dope. And this motherfucker get it all up in his head. He gonna come make a citizen's arrest. But the dude slipped. So the dude's holding me. He had let go of Steve to try to grab the other dude. Something like, now you got to think this was 30 some years ago. So I'm not going to be perfect with the story. But when he went to grab the other dude, let Steve go. Steve took off running. He kind of let go of me, thinking he's going to get Steve and the other dude. So I took off running the other way, and we dipped. And he never caught us. Like, you know, we knew where to go. We ran, boom, bam, bip, didn't have to see him. But the story ain't over yet, though. So I'm pissed off, you know what I mean? And I hit my brother up. Now my brother, his nickname's Scrap, and he older than me. I had two older brothers, and they were like foster brothers. And one of them Scrap, one of them, his nickname was Hollywood. And I'll just use that. Now, I never called them that. I called them by their fucking name because, you know, it was like family. What it is these two dudes had a grandmother, and their grandmother took me in, and they were like my brothers, and they lived with their grandmother. They just took me in, man, and that was my family. You know what I mean? And I was the youngest. I was the littlest. And it kind of like pumped my head up because like nobody could ever fuck with me because my older brother, Hollywood, he was huge, and he was like into football and baseball and went to college. And I mean, but the other brother is who I was really close with, and he was a fucking straight menace. I mean, this dude, he's already been he's already went to court for two shootings, and he got off both of them. Now I ain't gonna talk about that, and one just recently happened not too long ago. And I was trying to do an interview with him, man, so I could, you know, show y'all my brother and shit. But he's a street dude, like 100%. He'll be street until he's 80. And it's just how it is, man. He don't have that in him where he wants to get away. You know, he's a ghetto superstar, and that's just what he'll be, man. He spent probably 3/4 of his life in prison. But, you know, he a savage. But anyway, so I told my brother, I forget what the fuck I was talking about, but I told my brother, and I'm like, look, man, this motherfucker, and he knew the girl too and knew that she had a brother around her same age. he was like, I don't know. I think he was a year older than us or a year older than me, but he was younger than my brother. And he's like, man, we got to get this motherfucker back. We got to pay these people back. We got to make sure that they, you don't ever have to worry about this again. Ain't nobody gonna touch you on these shit. They always have my back. I'll tell y'all another story too. I'll tell y'all a ton of them, man. But they always had my back. I was the little brother, and it was probably had a little bit to do with me being white too, because they were black. So with me being the little tiny white, little pretty green eyed motherfucker, they had my back, man. They watched out for me like no other, man. They had my motherfucking back. But anyway, so I don't know. Time goes by, and we got this shit on our mind and shit. Well, me and my brother Scrap, the menace, the one that said we got to do something. He sees the girl's brother at the same place. We at the same place. He's like, man, it's time. It's time, man. It's time. We gotta let these motherfuckers know. And I think he was 17 at the time. I was 14, and I think dude was 15. But anyway, we run up on dude, and we like, hey man, you need to come talk to us real quick, man. Nothing bad, nothing bad. We come around the building real quick. We need to talk to you real quick. And this dude walked around the building with us, and you could tell he was a little nervous. He knew it was coming. And I asked him, I said, man, why your sister, man? Why is she snitching like that, man? She had your pops run up on me and slam me up against a brick wall and shit, trying to do a citizen's arrest and shit, man. I ain't never done nothing to none of y'all motherfuckers. And he was like, man, I don't know. And my brother just struck his ass. Boom. I said, oh shit. So then I struck his ass. Boom. And he kind of went out, but he wasn't knocked the fuck out totally. Now this gonna be a little ugly, y'all, but it's just a story, man. It's when you're kids and shit. So then he gets back up. I hit him again. He goes back down, and this time he don't want to get up. And my brother, man, he a true savage, man. That motherfucker crazy as shit. So he's like, man, fuck this shit. Fuck this hiding behind the building. I'm gonna pick this motherfucker up, take him around front, and knock him out in front of the building, in front of everybody. And I'm like, oh shit. So he ends up getting the dude up, putting his arm around him, like, come on, man, it's over with. It's over with. Now, he didn't tell me he's gonna do this shit, but that's my brother. I know what the fuck he about to do. He puts his arm around him. He's like, man, just tell your sister, tell your pops, tell everybody, man, don't fuck with James. Don't leave the boy alone. Don't fuck with him, or you're gonna have 100 motherfuckers. And just shit, just kid shit. So this motherfucker walks around. There's a car coming because you could drive around the shopping center. This car's coming, and as soon as the car gets close enough to where all the headlights is all over, man, my brother just knocked his fucking dick in. Completely slammed the fuck out. Like it was ugly, man. I was like, God damn. He just rocked this motherfucker. And damn sure enough, nothing came about it. There wasn't no police involved. I ended up seeing the girl again, a bunch of times. She would never say a word to me. She wouldn't look my way. She, never nothing ever came about it again. We never had another fucking problem from that family ever again. But that was just like little stupid shit that, you dealt with on the streets and shit. And it's kind of weird, you know what I mean? How you would like go after a motherfucker brother because the motherfucking sister and dad did you, when you kids, man, you do some crazy shit. But my brother was ruthless. Ruthless. Everywhere we went, it was fighting or more. Like you got to be careful though, because you're recording and you're putting shit on video. So there's stories I can tell and there's stories I can't tell. But there's some interesting ones, man. There's some interesting ones. A bunch of them. So it was crazy. Later on in life, this dude that we punched or whatever, he ended up working at the company by the hour that I was subcontracting from. And when I showed up at the shop, he got so fucking nervous when he seen me that he backed one of the company trucks into another subcontractor's van and totaled this dude's van. Like he was backing up and he looked and I knew who he was. He knew who the fuck I was. And he said, slam into this fucking truck. I was like, Jesus Christ. But that's how fucking scared he got. And then of course, you know, he didn't work there no more after that, man. But I don't think he would have wanted to work there no more any motherfucking way. But yeah, that's just a little something. A little something that, you know, that was later on in life. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was in my 20s then. I wasn't going to do nothing to the dude. You know, that was when we were kids and shit. I wasn't going to mess with that dude no more, but just a little crazy shit. I'll tell y'all another story, man. This was wild as shit. Now, I think I already told y'all this one. I already talked about this one. Yeah, I think I already talked about this one. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'll sit here and think, man. I'll try to come up with some good shit for y'all. You know what I mean? I'm gonna hang out with y'all for a minute though. What's going on with y'all? What's going on? Y'all ever get into some shit like that? Like that was like a everyday thing, man. Like we was always fighting and fucking and you know what I mean? From age 14 all the way up to you know, mid 20s, 28 years old or something, I started calming down a little bit. But really, I didn't completely chill out till I got custody of my 3 kids, the last 3. And then I knew I didn't want them to see shit. I didn't want them to be scared and shit. You know what I mean? The shit, you can't put kids around shit, man. And I knew that shit. So it straightened me up, man. I turned into a good guy, somewhat. You know, because the kids were always around. The underground candle, what up? I sees you. Man, I tell y'all. I'm telling you, man, we was goofy when we was young. Cause we would go to we had a dude, there was I'm trying to think, up in Georgetown, up in DC. We would go to the clubs up in DC and we were too young. You know what I mean? We were like 16, 17 years old, but we knew people. And there was this one club called Sports Fans, and it had for the dancing, the DJ had a half of a Cadillac, and the dance floor was a boxing ring, and that's where everybody would dance and shit. And then they would, you know, you had tables and shit, and we would always go up here partying and shit. And we were too young, but we knew the dude that worked the doors, this great big ass bouncer dude, and he knew us personally. So when we would get there, we would each slide him 20. It was like $5 to get in, but we would slide him $20 a piece, and he'd give us a fucking wristband. So we was good to go. We could drink all night long and party like a motherfucker. There was a couple other bars too, like Crazy Horse, some other ones too. If anybody's been in DC, you'll know about these clubs. It was Georgetown. I'm sure y'all have heard of Georgetown, like the Georgetown Hoyas, the college basketball and shit. But man, we used to get in some shit. But you know, during the day, we'd go to the malls and shit and start shit and shit. And I had this one friend. I told y'all the story about my homeboy James that ran up on the 2 Asian dudes, and then my other buddies come running out, and my little buddy Lil Joe was being chased by like 30 Asian dudes and shit. We were all laughing and shit. There was another time, man, and Little Joe wasn't there. But we went to the mall. I think we were gonna buy a couple t-shirts so we could go to the club that night or something, man. And man, we would do stupid shit. Like we would watch like Menace to Society and get all hyped up and like want to go like just go do dirt. And my homeboy James, man, he was a white dude. And that motherfucker was crazy as a motherfucker, man. He was a fucking lunatic. And he would laugh his ass off, man, at the most fucked up shit. But and he loved to fight, man. He loved to fight. And we're up in the mall. I'm gonna tell y'all this story. I gotta remember it. Man, my nose is itching like shit. I must got a nose hair or something that's fucking with me. I ain't snorting no powder or nothing, y'all. Don't think that. I don't play those games. But anyway, we're up in the mall, and my homeboys, I think it was James. I think this dude, Billy, was there, and another dude. It was like four of us. But anyway, so James is like, man, let's get into some rumps, man. Let's fight some motherfuckers, man. We up in the mall, bunch of people and shit. And I'm like, well, who you want to fight, man? We just gonna go picking on people, man. We gonna be bullies and shit. He's like, man, let's not be bullies, man. Let's pick on a crowd of motherfuckers. And no bullshit. There was like 10 motherfuckers, at least 10 motherfuckers walking, a pack of these motherfuckers. And they come walking down the mall. He's like, man, let's go at them motherfuckers, man. It's like 10 of them. It ain't but me and you, because the other two dudes that we was with, they wasn't about the shit. You know, you knew that there were certain people that wouldn't do shit if you did shit, and these two motherfuckers, they wouldn't do shit when you did shit. They would fight for themselves and shit, but they wouldn't do no goofy shit like James wanted to do. And I was always down, like, man, I got your back, man, no matter what you do, man. That's what homeboys are for. So he's like, look, I'm going to go start it. Once I start fighting these motherfuckers, man, you run over and help me if I get in trouble. I'm like, man, you know I'm going to come help you. So I might have told this story too. I got to remember, because I don't want to fuck the story up and not tell the truth. I want it to be truthful as fuck. So these dudes walk into this arcade. Now, I might have told this story. I don't know, man. I've been on YouTube for 2 years, so I might have told this story, but it's still kind of funny, man. So all these motherfuckers, like 10 motherfuckers, it was at least 10 motherfuckers. They walk up in this, it was I forget the name of it, but it was an arcade store in the mall. It was on the second story. And my homeboy's like, man, just wait here. I got this. So James, he goes and busts up in the motherfucking arcade. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Well, I'm sitting there watching because you got to keep your eyes on shit. And I see like half of the boys that was with this group, they come walking out and stroll on down the fucking mall. You know, like they done told their other homeboys, look, man, we're going to run down here and do this, man. We'll meet back up or some shit like that. So I'm like, all right, now there's probably about 5 or 6 motherfuckers left. Next thing you know, now these dudes walk out and they walk on. It takes a little time. I guess James was feeling out the situation and shit. Next thing you know, here come about 6 motherfuckers out the motherfucking mall, and James is just swinging, trying to hit motherfuckers. Motherfuckers standing up to him. He's swinging and shit. I'm like, oh shit. So I take off running. Now, as they're coming out of this place, they're moving down too. I'm trying to, you're on the second floor. You can look down the middle of the mall. You can see the bottom floor and watch people walk by and shit. And there's like a fence going around or whatever, a railing going around. Now I'm all the way on the other side of this railing, and James is over here, and he's like walking and fighting with these dudes. So I got to run all the way around to catch up to him. And when I run around that motherfucker, the biggest motherfucker that was there, I ended up squaring up on him, and I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker gonna fuck me up, right? Because this dude was like twice as big as me. So I square up. I'm about to get into it, and dude takes off running. And like another 2 people take off running. So James is fighting this one dude, and there's really nobody for me to fight now because they're all running and shit, and it's just 2 of us. Like they punk shit. And they wasn't younger than us or nothing. So the dude that James is fighting, he's plugging this dude. Dude ends up dropping on the ground, and he wraps himself around my homeboy's legs. And my homeboy is sitting there, and he's like body punching him in his ribs and shit. Like, get the fuck up off me, man. Get the fuck up off me. And dude's got like a death clinch. Like, I ain't letting go, motherfucker. You ain't killing me. So the way that I'm facing towards dude's ass, like I'm looking at my friend, he's looking at me, and he's like, man, what the fuck? So I'm like, man, I got to get this motherfucker up off of him. So I just did a fucking like a Finkel punt. Y'all know what I'm talking about, like the Miami Dolphins. Remember the movie with Pet Detective or whatever, when the punter. Anyway, I just took a couple steps and I punted the shit out this dude in his ass. I kicked the shit out of his ass. I put my foot square up his ass. You know what I'm saying? And dude let go though. I mean, it worked. Because I put my foot so far up that motherfucker's ass, you heard, ooh, and there by that time there was like a crowd of people around, and all of them were like, "Oh shit, oh god damn!" And he let go of my homeboy, and I was like, "Look, we got to go, man. Look." And there's fucking security guards running. You can see them from far away. You could see the dudes that were with this dude. They're with the security guard. I'm like, man, we got to go, man. We gonna get locked the fuck up. So me and my homeboy, you know, dude's done. He's beat the fuck up. He got the fuck off my homeboy. We run, hit the escalator. We running down the escalator. I'm sitting there watching. The people are pointing at us like the people in the crowd are snitching and shit. Like they're going down right here. They're going down right here. So we running all the way through the mall. Boom, we run. We get in my homeboy's car, and we still got motherfuckers in the mall. That's how it always is. So we can't leave the motherfucking mall, but we still can't be in the motherfucking mall. You know there's cameras and shit like that. So we end up in the motherfucking car. He's like, man, I'm going to run up in this McDonald's and change my shirt and get my hair wet, because he had like this perm. And if he got his hair wet, it was more like a Jerry curl. Now, this is a white dude, though, but like his hair would come down and it was like, you know, it didn't look like a bush. In the mall, it looked like a bush. So boom, bam, bip, he runs in there. I'm sitting in the car. I'm like, man, fuck. And the McDonald's is right pretty much in the parking lot of the mall and shit. So then boom, he runs in real quick. We always had extra shirts and shit in the back of the car. So he changes his shirt. He, you know, gets his hair wet. He comes out. He grabs a shirt from the back of the car. He changes his shirt, gets in the car. He's like, fuck it, man. We only had like $2. He's like, man, we're going to go through and get a cheeseburger or something, man, and just wait to see if anybody comes out the mall so we can pick up the homeboys and get the fuck out of here. So we're in line at the McDonald's. We're going to buy a cheeseburger or some shit, and here come the motherfucking mall security or the police. It was one of the two. It's either mall security or the police. They pull right up on the car as we're in line at this McDonald's. And the motherfucker, you know, roll down I'm in the passenger seat, so I'm real close to the cop. So I roll down the window. The cop's like, well, y'all just in the mall just now? And we're like, nah, man, we were getting ready to head over there. To tell you the truth, we going to grab something to eat, you know, and then, you know, go into the mall, do some shopping and shit. He's like, y'all just wasn't in that fucking mall. Like, nah, man, we ain't been in the mall yet. Why? What's up, man? What's wrong? Oh, nothing. It's just a matter, you know, blah, blah, blah. Y'all sure y'all wasn't in that mall? Y'all look awful like the people that we're looking for. Like, no, man, we wasn't in the mall, man. Seriously, we just stopped to get lunch before we go to the mall. Should we not be going to the mall? You know, we started talking like, you know, is something going on at the mall or something, man? Like, I don't think we're going to go to the mall anymore, man. Hey, buddy, I don't think we should be going to the mall. He's got me pretty scared. So we started playing the role. The cops believed that they rolled on off. It was like, holy shit, they bought it. You know what I mean? And damn sure enough, homeboys come out and we end up scooping up the homeboys and we go on to fuck about our business. Never got in trouble for it or nothing, man. But that was just one of the scenarios that we fucking ran into. Then I'll tell y'all about this. This was a little bit later. I guess I was about 19, maybe 18 or 19. We partying, man. We used to buy out the jacuzzi rooms and hotels and shit because we used to make some money. I mean, we used to gamble at the pool table. We throw $1,000 up and shit. And I'm not trying to brag and shit. Like, we were ignorant. We'd be broke the next day and shit. But, you know, we'd make a bunch of money and spend it, party and shit. You know, when you're 18, 19 years old, you're making the fast money. You don't give a fuck. So anyway, we would buy out like all the jacuzzi rooms and hotels and shit and have everybody come there and we just be partying and doing our thing. And so, damn, what the fuck was I going to say? Oh, okay. So I had never took a hit of acid. You know what I mean? And we had sheets of the shit, books. If y'all know anything about acid, man, you get, you know, one little tab, you put it on your tongue or whatever, stick it in your gum, whatever. You don't want to burn yourself if it's too ferocious. But for the first time, man, I'm gonna try to do acid. like, fuck it, I'll take one, man. Whatever, man. I'll try it. So I took one, and I fucking had a blast. I mean, the fucking walls were moving, fucking floor was moving. I was laughing and giggling and shit. Like, it was fucked up. So, but when you're not in the right frame of mind and you on some shit, let me take a drink real quick. When you're doing stupid shit, you continue to do stupid shit. You know what I mean? So I took one of the sheets of acid. I'm already on the shit. I'm like all fucked up. So I took one of the sheets of acid and I just bit into that bitch and took a chunk out of it. I mean, it was probably at least 8 or 9 fucking hits of acid on that motherfucker. And I just went stupid. Well, there was some shit that popped off. So I'm tripping balls, you know what I'm saying? First time ever, and I done did too much. But, I handled it. You know what I mean? I was a strong-minded motherfucker. But, man, I was fucked up. And you got that street mentality, man, where, when it's time to go hard, you got to go hard. Well, all the homeboys around and shit. Well, this little punk wanted to use my homeboy's car. Same dude, James, wanted to use his car. And my homeboy's all fucked up, so he throws him the keys and shit. He had an old BMW. He got it for like $5,000. He got out of prison, and his aunt bought it for him as like a get out of prison gift. So he fucking throws him the keys. Well, this dumb motherfucker, he's all fucked up too. This little punk motherfucker, he goes down in the parking lot, and before he ever gets out the fucking parking lot, he wrecks the bitch and slams into this fucking pickup truck that belonged to like, it's not Radio Shack, but a store like Radio Shack. And the truck was like fucked up. James's car was fucked up. And he got so paranoid because, people knew who we were and shit. And like, certain people didn't want to fuck with us. You know what I mean? I'm not saying everybody. There was plenty of people that fucked us up. But in this case, this motherfucker got scared as a motherfucker. He's like, oh shit, I done fucked up this time. So he dips, just leaves the fucking car and shit. We all up in the hotel partying like shit. It's like 100 of us. And all these fucking police show up. And this is no bullshit, man. I remember. I was fucked up. But I remember, man, these police came up to the room that I was in. And the police walk in and I'm tripping balls. And as soon as I see the police, you got to think back then, I see the police, man. They are the number one enemy when you're an 18-year-old motherfucker like me. So these police, my whole shit changed, man. I got mad as a motherfucker. I don't know why, but the police come in and they started talking to people. And I told people, I was like, man, just shut up, man. Don't say nothing. Right in front of the cops. I'm like, man, don't tell these motherfuckers nothing. And the cops like, what'd you say? I said, man, I ain't telling you shit. They ain't gonna tell you shit. Ain't nobody saying nothing to y'all, man. I don't care what y'all here for. Everybody don't say shit. Yeah, man, you better not say nothing. And I'm saying it right in front of the cops, man. Fuck these motherfuckers. I should have went to jail that night. I don't know how these cops didn't lock me up because I ended up like backing up against the wall like, yeah, y'all can fight me if y'all want, but I ain't telling y'all shit and ain't nobody in this room gonna tell you shit. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you motherfuckers. And I was serious too. Like, it's because I was so fucked up, though. I wasn't handling it right. But these cops, I don't know what the fuck it was. I guess it was too many people, and maybe they just didn't want to fuck with it. And, there was girls there trying to calm me down and shit, and, like getting in between me and everybody. And they were like, putting their arms around me and taking me away from the interaction with the police and shit. And the police were looking at me like they wanted to fuck me up, but they ended up fucking leaving. I forget what the fuck happened with James in the car. His car ended up being a little tank though, because it was an older BMW. So that motherfucker survived. I think he had to put a couple $100 into it. But nobody told the. I think some other people had said what the fuck had happened, and the cops found out that it was this kid. But anyway, the thing that we, I don't even think we knew what had happened until the police came. We didn't even really know what was going on and shit. You know what I'm saying? And boom, bam, bip. once we found out what had happened and we're all fucked up, we like, let's go to this motherfucker's house. This motherfucker can't, how he could just go and fucking smash up the car and shit and just leave the motherfucker and let the police run all up on us and shit, man. We got all this shit. We doing all these things. This little punk ass motherfucker. And we knew his older brother too. And we almost smashed him back in the days. His older brother ended up, he took a trip to Texas. Used to take a trip to Texas and get big sacks. Big sacks. Hundreds of LBs. But anyway, he ended up in an argument with his girlfriend. On the way back, they got a whole fucking carload of shit. Hundreds of LBs in the car. He gets in an argument with his girl. The girl kicks him out the car with the shit. This motherfucker standing on the side of the highway with like 300 LBs of shit. And he's just standing there. Bro just left him. His girlfriend. And he ended up getting busted, man. He ended up ratting and shit. He did like a year and a half in jail. Nobody ever seen him again. Because it was fucked up, man. It was fucked up. But anyway, so we go to this motherfucker house. We end up leaving the hotel. We go over this motherfucker house, and there's probably like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of us or something. And this dude's mom comes outside. And she comes out there like gangster as shit. Like we just some punk ass kids. And I'm like, Slim, let me talk to you real quick. And I'm still fucked up. I'm all fucked up. And I'm like, look, let me speak before you go all crazy and shit. Let me tell you what's up. And you understand why we here. Because you're a female, man. You know, we don't believe in hurting females and shit. Like you're just a mom, man. But you know, I explained the situation to her, and I said, look, we got to find your son. You know, he did some fucked up shit. Boom, bam, bip. This is what happened. Blah, blah, fucking blah. And you can see the older brother in the house looking out the fucking window, but he wouldn't come outside. I'm like, look at that. If that would have been my mom, I don't care if there was 100 motherfuckers out there. You best believe my ass going right out there and standing in front of my mother. You know what I'm saying? But this little punk motherfucker hiding up in the house. So the mom ended up calming down. She got all our numbers. She said, I'm gonna have when I can find my son, I will definitely get him to get in touch with you. You know, sorry this happened. Sorry he did this to y'all. Blah, blah, fucking blah, blah, fucking blah. We never seen this kid again, ever again. Like mom's got a hold of him and told him to get the fuck out of Dodge because he was never seen again. And I'm talking about for a good 5 years. And then, you know, just never seen him. But it's little crazy shit, little stupid shit, man. Just a little silly shit. Shit, one time, I had a pound of marijuana. And in the hotel room, I stuck it in a microwave just to hold it there. You know, I figured it would, you know, keep the smell down and everything. I just stuck it in there. We all partying and shit. I just stuck it in the microwave. Well, damn sure enough, you know, microwaves, they got a push button. We all up in this hotel room, somebody accidentally pushed the fucking button on the microwave, man. And for like 10 minutes, this marijuana sitting there cooking in the fucking microwave, a whole pound of weed. Man, I seen that shit. I was like, what the fuck is y'all doing, man? I stopped. It got all fucked up. It ruined the whole fucking thing, man. The whole pound of marijuana just done. I'm like, man, do y'all realize that's like $1,000, man? Y'all just fucking ruined because y'all are so clumsy and bumping into shit, man. Y'all are stupid as shit. I was so mad. But it was the homeboys, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. You take a loss when you take a loss. You know what I mean? That's true shit, man. No bullshit. Man, my homeboy James, he got, you know, you hear about bad trips on acid, right? Well, this motherfucker had went to prison for a year. And he had a situation in prison that happened to him. Now, God rest his soul, but it's the truth. He walked into a room and shut the door. They locked the fucking door and they raped his ass. And it was like 7, 8 motherfuckers. And he ended up being like super racist after that because it was all black dudes that got a hold of his ass. And when he came out of prison, man, he was a different person, man. He was fucked up, but he held it down around me and my peoples, you know what I mean? But there was just certain things you knew that he had lost it a little bit because of that. But it's almost understandable when something like that happens to you. Like he got his shit pushed in prison, man. And he was a wild motherfucker. But what you gonna do when 8 motherfuckers lock you in a room? But it is what it is. But this motherfucker got high on acid. We were at this hotel. Everybody's looking for him. Like, man, where the fuck James go, man? So I walk out the fucking hotel. I'm gonna go look for the motherfucker, man. I look down the hallway. There's a window at the end of the hallway. This motherfucker's hanging out the whole body. He's got one hand. This is the 3rd story of a Super 8 motel. He got one hand holding on and one foot. He's got one foot out and his whole body and everything hanging out the window. And he screaming and cussing and yelling and shit, just going fucking bonkers, man. Like he was on that fucking acid. And he had lost it. And I'm fucking bringing him in. And I'm going to tell y'all, man, it's some weird shit, man. It's weird shit you go through in life. But when I brought him in, I'm trying to call. I'm like, man, get the fuck in this window, man. You're going to have the police here. We all going to go to jail because you being stupid and shit, man. But I understand, man. You flipping out, man. It's the drugs, man. Chill. So he comes back in the window, man. He was so fucked up. This is the truth, man. There was this heater thing at the end of the hall where the window was. And when he got back in, he sat. I said, man, just chill, just sit there. And there was a couple people that had come out the room by then, and they're standing with me too. A couple girls and shit. We're all trying to calm him down. And that motherfucker looks at me, man. He's like, man, just take this. And he grabs his ass. And I'm like, what, homeboy? Now, this was before I knew what happened to him in prison. And he's tripping real bad on this motherfucking acid. And he starts crying. He's like, man, just take this, man. I don't give a fuck, man. You can have it. All y'all can have it. Just take this, man. And he's talking about take his ass. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, man, I ain't ever doing this acid, man. This shit on some different shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a fucked up time, man. Everybody looking at me, I'm looking at them like, nah, man, we ain't like that, man. I don't know what the fuck going on with this dude. You know what I'm saying? He just losing his fucking mind, man. Y'all better not be looking at me like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it was actually that made him tell me what happened to him in prison. Because, a couple days later or however long, I'm like, man, do you remember what the fuck you was saying and shit, man? I mean, what's up, man? There's something going on dark that I don't know about, man. People were wigged out. I was wigged out, man. What's up with that, man? Do you remember any of this shit? And he broke down and told me the story. And I guess he was having flashbacks or something while he was all high. It was fucking with him real hard. You know what I mean? But that's the kind of shit that happens, man, when, you 18 years old and go to prison. And you really go to a real prison. Sometimes, he was real mouthy. He was kind of narcissistic and shit. So I'm sure when he went to prison, man, he running his mouth all the time. He thought he was a badass. And you can be as bad as you want, but you can end up in situations where there's plenty of other badass motherfuckers, and especially in prison. You don't want to go in, like, he was the worst person you could ever send to prison because you just knew he was going to be in some shit, man. And he ended up in some shit, all right. But, he wasn't no gay dude, though. He wasn't no gay dude. He just got fucked up. But yeah, man. Shit like that, man. Just crazy ass shit, y'all. Crazy ass shit. Wild motherfucking times. Savages. I tell y'all this story, and nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened, man. But this is how savage it was. This is how ruthless you are as teens. Like, this is the shit you got to watch out for. Like, when they say, when shit hits the fan and you're gonna have to deal with some bad motherfuckers, you're gonna have to think about these youngins, man. Because when you young and don't give a fuck, you don't care about other people's lives. There's no morals at certain times, especially when they're getting all fucked up and shit, man. That's why you got these rappers out here dying like crazy and people getting shot up and shit, because life is cheap. I remember, I was down and out. I don't know. I was just, in one of those moods and shit. And my homeboy told me about this house that had a safe in it and it had 10 grand in it. And I was like, well, we're going to that house. And there was like an old person that lived there. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. And it was me, it was Lil Sean and James. And both of them are dead now. But Lil Sean in the back seat. And at first, when I say we're going to go and do this damn thing, other motherfuckers don't want to go out like chumps and shit. They want to be down for whatever because you've always been down for whatever. So we on the way to this house. And dude's telling us the directions. Lil Sean, he's telling us the directions, but he didn't really want to tell us the directions. We ended up pulling up in this motherfucking driveway. And I'm like, all right, y'all ready? And they're like, man, seriously, man, we can't do this, man. You got to calm down. I'll just say tribe. You got to calm down, tribe. We can't do this. But at the time, when you're in that frame of mind and you're young like that, like nothing matters. You know what I'm saying? It's just like get what you can get and do the damn thing. And it was vicious. It was vicious. And I remember I was like ready to do the damn thing, whatever we had to do to get that money. But James started pulling out. I'm sitting there trying to grab the wheel, like, no, man, we ain't leaving this motherfucker. We ain't come all the way here for nothing. But they ended up talking some sense into me, man. They made, we gotta leave, man. We gotta leave. We can't do that shit. But it's real shit like this that you really got to consider, because a lot of people don't even know that these things go on. A lot of these fucking neighborhoods out here, a lot of people live a life that they don't know how cruddy things can be. There's some really cruddy shit, man. Really, really cruddy shit. And if shit hits the fan, good Lord, there's going to be some vicious shit going on. You know what I mean? Imagine being hungry. Imagine starving and you know where some food at. You don't think these young motherfuckers out here run up and they don't think if a motherfucker got a gun or not. They don't care about that shit. They feel invincible, man. It's these young cats that are the shooters, man. It ain't the older folks. It's these young cats. Oh yeah. But can you imagine? I hear you, Dixie. But can you imagine if shit hits the fan? How rampant it's gonna be? How it's gonna be more and more of that type of shit. You know what I mean? That man, there's so much shit. So many man. Crucial. Vicious world. Yes, but drugs is a motherfucker, man. You get a little 18, 19-year-old and he's snorting cocaine. Man, cocaine is a vicious drug, man. People don't realize. It, like if you never done cocaine, you don't realize what it can do. And if you're already in a dark place in your life and you fuck around with some of that shit, when you come down off of that shit or you get too much on that shit, man, there's some evil shit that go through you, man. You willing to do some fucked up shit in life. Like, you can't trust no crackheads. You can't trust no heroin addicts, man. You just can't. You just can't. You think so, Miss Sharon? Man, I hope y'all don't think I can get a strike for this kind of shit, do you? I ain't saying like I'm saying drugs are a bad thing, not a good thing. I can't get a strike for this kind of shit, can I? As long as you're not inciting violence. Yeah, I'm not trying to incite no violence, man. I'm not saying these are good things. I'm just saying stories of when we were younger and shit. You know what I mean? I'm sure y'all been through some shit too. I ain't the only one. You know what I mean? I know Backwood's been through some shit. Good Lord, he's told me some things. We all been through some shit. I used to carry a gun on me, man, since I was 16. Carried that motherfucker everywhere I went, man. I used to keep it in my toolbox, man. We did Marriotts up and down the East Coast. I always had a motherfucking joint in my toolbox and or on me if we wasn't on the job. Like I stayed with. Just gotta be careful, man. Like when people talk about laws and shit like that, I'm like, damn, man. I lived my life breaking the law. My entire every day was breaking the law, man. Mr. Plummer. Yeah, no doubt, Mr. Plummer, no doubt. I have two backwoods. Shit, there was a time I wouldn't even take a Tylenol, man. I just deal with the headache. We used to do crazy shit though, man. I had 3 pounds of weed in a pillowcase, and I went over my uncle's house because I got it for so cheap. Somebody was in trouble or something, man, and I went and picked it up and got it for like dirt cheap or something. I forget what the fuck it was. But I go over his house out of the blue. I'm like, man, you need some weed? He's like, hell yeah, I always need some weed. Now this is my uncle that's passed away. I'm like, let's go out to the shed, man. I want to show you something. So we walk out to the shed, man. I'm carrying this pillowcase and shit. He's like, man, what the fuck? So then I open the pillowcase and I throw him a pound. Then I throw him another pound and I throw him the third pound. He's like, God damn, man, what the fuck? I'm like, man, I don't know if you can talk about that kind of shit. Anyway, I hooked him up. You know what I mean? Real cheap. He was like, fuck yeah. But it like blew his mind and shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, this ain't nothing, man. We used to have storage units just for shit. You know what I mean? We ain't play around, man. Maryland was a motherfucker. We got the waterways, man. We bring shit in from the south. Florida, quicker than a motherfucker. Texas, Texas, big time, man. Y'all just don't know. Texas is the hub, man. That's the highway. Motherfuckers be bringing shit in. But some of the biggest drug people were like the most nerdiest of people, man. Like real stuck up, like I don't know, like school teacher looking motherfuckers and shit. Like real nerdy motherfuckers. Real nice and shit. And they have like a whole house full of shit. Like they be the plug, like the real plug. And it be some nerdy ass white dude with a whole family and shit. And, and then they get like ruthless on your ass with the way they speak and shit. Like they all nice all the time. Like they seem like the softest motherfuckers in the world. Just and then all of a sudden you do a little business and they're like, seriously, man, don't ever fuck me over. You don't understand. Motherfucker don't roll like this. If I got protection. It's like, man, I ain't gonna fuck with you, homeboy. I know I look weak. I know I come off as a little geeky motherfucker, but it's the real deal now. Do you want this shit or not? Like, yeah, man, yeah. You know what I mean? Hey, we all good. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. I ain't gonna cause no trouble. Trust me. Cause I'm scared right now. Pee Wee Herman looking ass motherfucker. There's something up here. Something ain't right here. Man, y'all get me talking shit. Here it is, an hour and 15 minutes later, man. I'm just sitting here talking shit. The underground, the underground. Do you know I ain't never have a problem like walking away from shit though. I guess that's just what's built in me. Like I could be living a certain way, doing certain things, and then the next day just be completely different and didn't give a fuck, man. Some people say it's hard to walk away from this, or you know. hard to change your life. I ain't really had problems like that, man. Once I made up my mind to do something like that, that was it. It was over with. Like, all right, done. Tons of women. I'm telling you, man, when you playing around and you make a name for yourself and shit, man, so many women and shit. Women are ruthless. Biggest drug dealer I ever knew. Like one of the top of the chain, man. Got the hookup from a 14-year-old girl. 14, and she was like a goth chick, like a emo chick. She was a cool little chick. She was way above her time. She was like 14 going on 30. You know what I'm saying? But no bullshit. 14 years old, she had the biggest connect ever. It just blows your mind. You know, I'll never forget it. Like it blew my mind at the time, but still to this day, I think back and like, how in the fuck, man? You just never know about people, man. You just never know. Yeah. So what's up? Hey, I mean, how's the world gonna ever know? How are people ever gonna know if all the shit just stays quiet and you never talk? Like I was talking to Nisi, I was like, I wonder if your dad would write a book because we could definitely do a part 1, 2, and 3 for a book series on my life. And I ain't trying to be narcissistic and shit, but like I've been through enough shit to where we could definitely write a book. You know what I mean? And if you write a book, you ain't got to put people's names. You ain't got to, dime yourself out and shit. You can just put the story in there. But how many things do humans go through? How many things are done that never get talked about? Never, because a lot of times when the truth comes out, some shit's so shocking and so fucked up that people can't deal with it. You know what I mean? But a lot of times these things need to be shown, man. If you just wipe shit under the rug and shit, people don't get to see the real raw nature of human life. You know what I mean? Need more of that shit. Ever hear of DMI tribe? West Virginia prisons exploded with it from Maryland prisoners. Nah, Dixie, but I remember when Lorton got shut down, and they shut down Lorton and spread everybody around because Lorton was so fucking bad they shut it down. And that's how I always heard about, when motherfuckers was in prison. I met motherfuckers that, did a lot of time in different areas because I've been all around the United States, and they always say that them DC motherfuckers was ruthless, boy. But DMI, I might if you remind me. It's just not clicking in my head at the moment. Tribe, I wouldn't consider that narcissistic. Writing your story is 100. No doubt, random, no doubt. The trials and tribulations of Tribe. Yeah, no doubt, Monique, no doubt. Only thing about it is I'd have to go there with Denise's dad. You know what I mean? Like I'd really have to, because he's got his own publishing company and shit, and he's like big. He be doing the damn thing, man. He be covering people writing books and shit, but he's a writer himself. He's done wrote a few books. But man, if I had to tell him everything, man, he would know everything. But I think it would be worth it, man. I mean, you live on this life and you're only here for a minute, and then, if you don't leave something, it'll just be forgotten. Within a generation or two, it'll be like you was never even here. Yeah, no doubt, Miss Sharon. No doubt. Dead Man Inc. Prison Game. I think I seen something. I think I seen a video about that, Dixie. A no de plume. I'm gonna have to look that up, Monique. I don't know what that means. No de plume. Yeah, see, I wouldn't be able to write it. You know what I mean? Because I'm just not that. I can write like rhymes and shit like that, but I couldn't write no. I don't have the vocabulary. Y'all know that. Shit, bad as I talk. That's why I want him to write it because I know he's got that vocabulary. Man, if I had I want to read the dictionary and memorize it because I could explain shit a whole so much deeper and so much better. Like I have thoughts, but I just don't have the words to get them out. You know what I mean? Y'all been around, man. I be thinking some weird things sometimes. I come up with some shit in my mind, man. If I had the words to really explain a lot of the shit that I say, that's why I like hanging out with natives sometimes and shit like that and Hutch, because man, they know the words sometimes, and I'll be saying something and they'll say that word, and I'll be like, yeah, something, yeah, that's it. That's the word I'm looking for, even though I don't know what the fuck it means. Joe Rogan, huh? Joe Rogan wouldn't have my ass on, man. He'd be like, what? You got how many? Man, get the fuck out of here with your little YouTubing ass. Yeah, I hear you, Random. I hear you. Some shit I gotta go to the grave with though. You got a personal diary backwards? Man, that'll get you hemmed up. Don't have no personal diaries, man. That shit'll get you hemmed up, man. Keep nothing on paper, man. Keep nothing on paper. Like it's been a wild ride. Like when I was younger, man, my mom was with a president of the Iron Horseman motorcycle club. You know, and y'all can imagine, you know, the motorcycle motherfuckers, man, they be getting it in. Some wild shit. Crazy ass times, man. There's always jail and drugs and it's just always around all the fucking time, man. All the fucking time. I remember I used to sit in a corner and cry when I was a little tiny motherfucker because I would see my mom getting fucked up again and I just didn't want her to be high that day. You know, you're just a little ass kid and just like, fuck, man, stop. But I learned to never like I never even as a little motherfucker as much shit as I was around. I never got nobody in trouble. I never told on a motherfucker. I never snitched. I never slipped as a little kid. That shit gets passed down too. When you got that kind of mentality, man, it just automatically feeds into the next generation. When you're taught a certain way, you are that certain way. So then your seeds will be that certain way. If you're close with your kids and shit, man, they'll learn the rules of the game, man, because they just pick it up off you. If you a snitching, you know, punk ass person, man, your kids will probably going to end up that way. But if you're a real thorough motherfucker, your kid, even though they won't go through the bad shit that you went through, it's still how you carry yourself and how you are in life just by being who you are. You know, y'all know what I'm saying? Like that shit will pass down. Cause my boys, they'll throw them hands, man. Quick. You know, they won't fall for the okey doke. And sometimes it's not good. Cause sometimes they're assholes, man. But you know, they don't listen to a motherfucking thing, man. But in the long run, when they get older, I know it'll help them from getting duped. You know what I mean? Password protected diary. I got some shit written. I got books and books written, but it's never nothing that'll get you hemmed up. Even though I did have this one book, I had a bunch of shit written in it, and the fucking police got it. Fucking crazy, man. What y'all doing tonight? It's Friday night. Y'all chilling with me. What y'all doing? What y'all doing this weekend? Anything good? Slam books? What was a slam book?
I guess you don't know since you didn't do it. I'm just wondering if anybody else.
You don't want to say what it is yet. You see if somebody knows.
Just
For a roof and bed. Most of us are connected together through our troubles. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. A diary has fake vaults. I think we invented them in the 60s, Nisi. Miss Sharon knows what you're talking about. Sign in and sign out books. Making some axes backwoods. That's what's up, man. I know you getting into some shit, man. That's good, man. Do shit you enjoy, man. Fuck the bullshit. It's a mean girls thing. Oh shit. You done sparked something in the ladies. I'm gonna get some I'm gonna get some things. I'm gonna, because when I be sitting around, I'll be like, yeah, man, I'd like to get that out there before I fucking die. I'll be sitting on the couch and shit. I'm keeping a little pad with me. I'm gonna start writing down shit. That way, when we get up in the underground, man, I can hit y'all with some shit. Like tonight, I'll just tell little goofy ass stories, shit you been through and shit, little stupid shit. Is what it is. It's a wild ride, man. Can't believe life is so chill now. So say I live paranoid though. I constantly lock all the doors in the house, constantly thinking so I be sitting like motherfuckers just don't know, man. It doesn't go away. I live my life paranoid. I sit on the couch, I'm about to fall asleep, and this is a many a nights. And Nisi don't even know this shit because she be passed out, but I'll be laying there, I'm about to pass out, man. I'll just think I hear something, man, and I'll start staring at the door, and then I'll look at the other door and see if I see a shadow moving or anything. And I do that so much, man. I live paranoid. But I'm not scared. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not scared when the situation arises. If something pops off. But when everything is good and everything's calm, man, that's like the scariest times for me, man. Like it's been a struggle to live a calm, chill life, married life. I don't. It's like when you happy is the worst. It's the most fucked up times, man. At least when shit's all erratic and going to hell and everything's going crazy, you're in the moment and you just deal with it. But when everything's good, you're worried. Something gonna happen. One of the kids gonna fucking get in some shit. Police, somebody gonna break in the house, you know, haunted by things that you've done, thinking that the world's gonna pay you back for something bad you did in the past or something. It's a constant fucking worry, man. It drives you fucking crazy. Too much coffee and smoke too much magic. Yeah. Only thing that gets me when I smoke, you start seeing things in a different way. And sometimes it'd be like, man, everything's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like everything will be fine. Then you smoke. The next thing you know, it's like, man, my wife don't love me. Man, she don't even want me here no more, man. I ain't supposed to be here. Man, my kids don't like me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Man, the police gonna come for some shit I did back in 1989. Man, I bet you they just found out. Man, somebody ratted.
Oh, but you got it. You had the edible first.
Oh Lord, y'all. Good gracious. Dave. Now I got my medical marijuana card. So I had never done an edible before. And I bought some chocolates and they were 10. And I didn't take none of those. I just smoked. So I'm like, man, I gotta try this. I gotta try this edible shit. So I got some gummies and they were 25s mg. And I was like, fuck it. I can't go out like no punk. I ain't gonna take a half of one. You know what I'm saying? So I took one of them jokers. Yo, holy motherfucking shit, man. When motherfuckers tell you about, if you ain't ever done an edible, when you hear that they will get you fucked up, they will get you fucked up. And let me tell y'all, I did the stupidest thing in the world. When I took the edible, guess what movie we decided to watch? Fucking Jacob's Ladder. Man, I was I turned out all the lights. I was curled up on the couch. I ain't want to move. I ain't want to get up and go pee. I just thought the whole world was fucked up. I was like, man, what the fuck? That shit had me fucked up. I couldn't fall asleep. I kept jumping myself back awake. Like I sit there and try to fall asleep and jump back awake. Like, what the fuck, man? Then the next day when I got up, I was still all fucking fried and burnt and slow and just like, duh. I was like, man, what the fuck was in that damn thing, man? Little ass gummy. So I'll probably eat another one tonight, tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? That shit was awesome. But damn it. Man, them edibles ain't no joke, man. Fuck a flower. You fuck around with an edible, that shit will fuck you up. Let me scroll back. Sophia, that shit got you too, didn't it? Good Lord have mercy. And watching Jacob's Ladder, for Christ's sake. If y'all never seen Jacob's Ladder, dude. And I had seen like a minute or two of it in the past, and it was kind of like I couldn't get into it, so I never watched it. So this night I was like, fuck it, gonna eat this edible and really gonna watch this movie that I've heard of so much. Man, that movie is fucking crazy when you're on an edible, man. Good Lord Jesus. It's like, holy shit. Oh yeah, Magic. See, I ain't messing. Them days are done. I'm 47 now, man. Them days of doing that crazy. I ain't done no shit except for weed in years, man, and I ain't going to. You know what I mean? Yes, Sophia. Yes. I'm telling you, man, that should have had you. No matter how strong you are or whatever, man, sometimes you feel like the smallest person in the world. I'm like, man, how will I defend this house? If something happens right now, man, I am no fucking good, man. I'm gonna be crying and shit. Like, leave me alone. Good gracious. Shit was awesome, though. Strong as fuck. That shit lasts forever, too. Did that shit last a long time with y'all? Shit lasts like 8 fucking. It lasted till the next day, really, but I wasn't like still, I was just burnt out big time. I was like really burnt out. Sometimes you would smoke weed and be burnt out the next day and shit. Everybody goes through that, but I was like super burnt out, like lazy, didn't want to do nothing. I'm like, God damn, what the hell is this shit, man? Yes, indeed. And then Niecy goes to sleep. So I'm like all by myself. I got all the lights out. Done watched Jacob's Ladder. This dude done jumped back and forth in the movie so much and ended up dying at the end and had me thinking all deep about life. Like, man, am I alive? Am I dying right now? And I'm just thinking all these things like he was thinking all them things when he was dying. I'm sitting there philosophizing on the movie and shit. Like, man, because shit way deeper when like, man, what the fuck? Fuck all this, man. Shit ain't cool. Who was I talking to? Native said, man, you should have watched like Finding Nemo or some shit. I said, yep. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Heavy stuff stuck me to the chair. Man, I took acid one time when I was younger and forgot I had to pee. Y'all ever do that shit, man? Stomach start hurting and you don't know why? It's because you ain't pissed in like 5 hours. I mean, for like a half an hour, I'm just like, man, I think I got some bad shit, man. My stomach hurting so bad. And I swear, I think one of my homeboys is like, man, you got to take a piss? I was like, you know what? I think I do. And damn sure enough, go take a piss and everything fine. I'm telling you, man, it's stupid. Stupid shit. Worst drug I ever took. I was out in California and they had that crank. I did it 2 times. I'm talking about just a little tiny bit. And that shit, man, holy fuck. That shit had me fucked up for like a day. And then you was like sick for like 3 days. I know how motherfuckers get addicted to that shit because they don't want to fucking come off of it. Because once you start coming off of it, you feel like you got the worst flu you ever had in your fucking life. And I knew some people out there because I was out there for 6 months. And they told me about shit when they was younger and shit. And when they would do it, they would be up for like 30 days. I'm like, damn, I took a little bitty thing of it and was fucked up. Gotta leave that shit alone, man. Boo. Stop tearing up the box, man. Stop tearing up the box. Come on. Come on. Want to come up here and say hi? Come on, Boo. Boo. He ain't gonna stop. He's trying to get to the damn paper towels. I'm just chilling with y'all, man. It's the underground, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I think I was 22 when I was out in California. Yes, indeed, man. I'll never touch that shit again. It was kind of like peer pressure, too. Hot rails, just saying. What you talking about, Dixie? What you talking about? Man, shit, we had an hour 37. You know what? I'm gonna blaze up. Who else blazing up? I'm gonna blaze up because we're gonna stab out here in a minute anyway. So I get all paranoid and shit. I just be like, I'll at y'all next time. We're gonna blaze up. Oh shit. See what we got here. I'm gonna have to hit the motherfucking camera if I start coughing. Sophia raising her hand and shit. Man, this stuff, I'm telling you, this stuff is glorious. Oh shit. Lord have mercy. My lungs can't take it. They can't take it. Woo!
Why you need 2 edibles?
I know. Give me 1 second, y'all. Lord have mercy. I know even the small ones give me random. These old ass lungs I got, plus all them damn cigarettes and the asthma, ain't no good. Oh, that ain't my first time, man. What you talking about? Talking shit, picking on me. That's what's up. Oh, that's what's up, Ohio. That's what's up. So you gonna be a grandmama? You're gonna be a grandmama soon? Never thought I'd see the day the shit be legalized though. Much trouble as you could get in back in the days, man. Shit. Damn it, man. I'm just gonna have to fuck with the edible, man. Man. My lungs can't do it. What's up, y'all? I ain't scared. I'm gonna do one while I'm up. Babe, hand me that thing over there. You're gonna have to. Can you get up? Shit. Chill.
The flavor.
Ain't it elderberry or some shit?
Elderberry hibiscus.
Me eat some candy, y'all. Me eat some candy. These are nasty too. Hell yeah, I'm gonna pick the most fucked up movie. And think about Jacob's Ladder was so good. Am I supposed to be chewing it up and swallowing it and shit? Any pros out there? Anyway. God damn. The Jacob's Ladder was so wild. Jacob's Ladder was so wild. I think I'm gonna watch a scary movie. What y'all think? Like The Conjuring or some shit. Should be scary as shit. Turn out all the lights. I live in a spooky little spot too. What the fuck going on with this? Come on, get up on there. Lord have mercy. Shit. Well, don't put that evil on me. We're Ricky Bobby. Hell no, I ain't playing no Ouija board. There it is, Magic. There it is. So what y'all think, man? What y'all think? You know, being in this type of community and shit. I know I took prepping off the name and shit, but what y'all think, man? What would be some good shit to do some lives on? Something different. I mean, the underground, we do our damn thing, but like on regular lives and shit. You know, it's been 2 years. Gotta come up with something, you know what I mean? I don't even know what people like to watch or nothing, man. I really don't. You know, you can't go off of like how many people watch something or not, really. Yeah, no shit, Dixie. No shit. And that's kind of like the shit I was talking about when I was on the regular live earlier. It's like we got more shit to worry about, man, than the small petty shit. Yeah, what's up with that movie, Q? I seen the thumbnail for it where they're like looking up. Is that a scary movie or what? Is that movie good? I watched that movie where the crawdads sing or whatever, man. That was pretty good. It's kind of slow and shit. Kind of like a love story, I guess you could say. It was weird, man. It was. Was backwards saying note to the Ouija board? I'm the same way, man. Shit. Oh no shit, Q. That's what's up, man. I'm gonna check it out then. Oh, I gotta check it out. Hey, that's what we gonna watch when I get up off this joint. All right, bet. Watch Nope. I've been seeing it. Man, I was thinking there might be somebody in that house and they just super duper smart and duped the police into believing because there was like two people in the house that like slept through it or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know though. I don't know. Anybody else been keeping up on that? Where was that at? Was that Ohio?
Idaho.
Idaho. That's crazy shit. College town and shit. College house. I wonder if the crime community is saying anything about it. I ain't really been fucking with YouTube like that, y'all. I wonder if the crime community is talking about that shit. Y'all ever watch the YouTubers that be all about the crime shit and shit? See, y'all girls is crazy, man. So all the females want to play the Ouija board, and all the dudes like, nah. I mean, I'm just talking about like four of us, really, but right? I don't trust that damn thing, man. Seriously though, if you think about the Ouija board, if it really is an evil thing, like it really is, if it really is, they were slick enough to put one in any household. You can go to any store, pick one up, and it was aimed at the kids. It's the kids they aimed at to try to sell that thing. I ain't fucking with that Ouija board, man. The devil is involved. You understand what I'm saying? He is involved one way or another. Tammy said, hell no, I don't play with them things neither. Right? Right? No doubt. Yes, indeed. Niecy and Sophia can be over there with that motherfucker. I'm gonna walk outside. If y'all ever around, y'all play that damn Ouija board, I ain't even sticking around. I'm gonna keep a close eye on you two for the next 48 hours. Make sure y'all ain't get something creeping up in you. Some ghost. Right? Man, shit, I feel a little bit of the flower. Of the flower. So what I got over here? What I got? We all hanging out, everybody high and shit, just looking at the TV and shit like. Here I go. And I salute y'all. Yeah. What y'all want to hear, man? Y'all want to hear something? Damn, what the fuck?
This thing is crazy.
I'm playing with my buttons and shit. My bad. Well, I'm gonna go watch movies and shit and be high with myself. You know what I'm saying? Right? I hear you, man. I should get that motherfucker out of my house. Burn it. Nah, then I'll probably release all the evil souls. I can see it now. See him, I throw it in the fire and it just start floating everywhere, man. It'd be like Ghostbusters in this joint. Y'all ever seen Skeleton Key? That's a wild ass movie. I know y'all seen Skeleton Key. Lord have mercy, that movie trippy as shit. And to think that there's folks that like believe in shit like this, man. There's some wild shit. On this planet, man, there's some wild shit. It's shit that we think about, man, and we don't even like really think about it. It's like, oh yeah, that happened, all right. And then we go on to something else because that's how our minds work, you know. But man, this planet is fucked up. There's some fucked up shit that goes on, man. That one dude, he killed both his daughters for dishonoring the family. Like, what the fuck up with this dude, man? Out there. And then he lived. They didn't find him for like a couple years. And he lived like right down the street from where it all happened. Crazy, man. Unbelievable. There's tons of people out there like this. There's so many crazy motherfuckers. Good Lord. Y'all think Stephen King crazy? Dude be writing them books. He looks weird as shit. He writes all that crazy shit. Like all he does is sit there and write fucked up shit. Like his mind stays in that darkness all the time. That's all he do, Stephen King, man. That dude is, I don't know, man. I don't know about that dude. Yes. Yes. Stop playing. I remember you telling me about Ouija board and shit. You talking to a motherfucker that was in a cage on the Ouija board, and y'all ain't stop. Put it away. Say maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Fuck that. All right, y'all. I'm gonna bounce, man. This thing gonna kick in about 30 minutes. Gotta get myself squared away. Plus, I'm high from the fucking joint. Stephen King ain't got shit. See, now you going deep, Monique. You got a whole new book name. Who's Mark Desade? We're gonna have to look that up. That's fucked up, Dixie. God damn it. That's fucked up, Dixie. I'm reading the rest of y'all, though. I ain't laughing at that shit, Dixie. That's fucked up. Some crazy shit. People do some crazy shit. 120 days of Sodom. No, you ain't. You ain't gonna put my hand on that thing. All right, y'all. I'm out. I'm dipping. I'm listening to y'all hanging out and shit, but I'll holler at y'all. You know what I mean? Till next time. I'm gonna hit y'all with something, though, on the way out. Why not? All right, y'all. Peace.